Hello everyone! And today, we're back for another Loomian Legacy showcase video. And in this video, we're going to be showcasing Kleptyke. I'm not making it up. I'm actually showcasing Kleptyke. So, let me explain myself. So, Kleptyke has really bad base stats, with a total BST of 338. Its best stat is its speed, and it really doesn't have anything that it has over Ragoon, except for one thing. Kleptyke has one advantage over Ragoon, and it does make a huge difference. It has 95 speed instead of 90. That doesn't sound like a huge difference, but this extra speed makes it so very nimble Kleptyke actually speed ties Nimble Dusket and Nimble Silverstoltu. That is a huge deal because it's actually able to outspeed more threats. It also outspeeds very nimble Gandervale, who is a very common hazard lead. So, the extra speed makes it so it outspeeds more threats that Ragoon couldn't. So that's why I'm running Kleptyke over Ragoon. But Ragoon does have a lot more defenses, so it's not forced to run the Clutch Plushie, which Kleptyke is unfortunately forced to run the Clutch Plushie. The moves I have is Tricky Tactics. Tricky Tactics are there to hit some of the hard-hitting melee attackers for a lot of damage. This is mainly Silverstoltu from Brancata, but it can also be used for other hard-hitting melee attackers as well. Redemptor Strike, priority move that can flinch, and can also steal the opposing Loomian's ability, because of course, since I'm running a Kleptyke, I am running Ability Thief to steal the opposing Loomian's abilities. My third move is Barbs for hazard setup, and the final move could be a lot of options. You could run Provoke, you could run Body Slam, you could run Icicle Traps, you could run Scapegoat, you could run Charade if you really want. But I wanted another attacking move that could activate Ability Thief because, fun fact, Tricky Tactics does not activate Ability Thief, so if anyone sees a Redemptor Strike coming in and go into a Spirit type, I can be a sitting duck. So I decided to go for Gnarly Gash. The reason why I went for Gnarly Gash over Slapdown and Quick Pounce is because Quick Pounce felt a little bit too redundant. I didn't want to have multiple priority moves. And Slapdown, Kleptyke doesn't learn, as its evolution Ragoon learns it as an evolution move. So I'm forced to run Gnarly Gash. Gnarly Gash is a good move though, high base power, and it also has the chance of lowering the opposing Loomian's melee defense. This can come in clutch if I'm hitting Loomians like Kleptyke, who doesn't take much from Tricky Tactics, but has to be a little bit worried for Gnarly Gash. 84 in the health, 80 in the energy makes it so I have 200 energy, so I get 5 energy back per turn. I am 200 very nimble, like I said. 174 base speed makes it so I speed tie Nimble Dusket and Nimble Silverstoltu. 32 in the range defense is leftovers. That's mainly there for Protagon to get a melee attack increase. And I have 104 as melee attack for leftovers, so Gnarly Gash does a little bit more damage. But if you're not running Gnarly Gash, you could drop the melee attack and put that either in the defenses or in the energy if needed. So, the team I have around Kleptyke, I have Infernix, which is a Fire Breath Jetstream version. Jetstream is there for one Mon, I'm not going to say any names, and this is basically there as a bulky pivot with Dissipate. I have Gargolem Defense, who has Earthquake to hit Brancata, and I have 120 speed TPs that be at 105 speed, so I can outspeed those pesky Mons around that same speed tier. Not only does this give me the jump against other Gargolems, but this also gives me the jump on most Kleptykes and Wobelisk as well. And then I can provoke them, stopping the hazards and hazard removal from coming up. I have Whippledrift with Nature's Force, Tempest, and since I don't have the Clutch Plushie, since the Clutch Plushie's on Kleptyke, I decided to go with Rain Globe. This helps with my team that has 4 Fire-type weaknesses, meaning that Fire-type moves do less damage, and this also makes it so my Climate Cannon can actually hit Eliguana for super effective, which my other range attackers are walled by. I also have Hasten, so I can set up and hopefully, potentially set up a late-game sweep. Garlash is there because Garlash is really good anti-meta threat right now, but instead of Specialty Boots, I'm running Power Cuffs. Power Cuffs is so I can switch moves, and also so my Garlash can hit really hard. Vicious Snap, Mega Chomp, Vice Jaws, Venom Chomp pretty much hits everything in the entire game that I wanted to hit. I think everything besides your snack, but we're not going to find any your snacks today. Plus, the rest of my team can handle your snack. So for Stratosaur, basically there so I can have at least a switch into Veritalosaur, because otherwise my rest of my team loses to it. Plus, it has Magnify Perch, so it can stay healthy and also set up for a late-game win. And I got Specialty Boots, Ravenous Cramballs with Ice Hammer, Gnarly Gash, Primal Slash, and Baffle. This is there not only as a late-game cleaner with Specialty Boots, but I can also use it as a lead and baffle out of bad matchups. So with that out of the way, let's see how Kleptyke does in battle. Alright, we're into battle number 1 with Kleptyke, and this is a straight-up Heat Wave team. No ands, ifs or buts about that. Heat Wave 101. So, this is not a very good matchup because my team is actually very, very, very weak to Kleptyke. I mean, I could overtake the weather for a little bit, but the problem is I need to get rid of the Billaforge very quickly because otherwise it's going to be a tough matchup. Although I could do some Tempest, also Climate Cannon Heat Wave on Whipple Drift actually knocks out the Lachette. So, yeah. And everything else dies to Whipple Drift. So, Whipple Drift can absolutely cook this team if I play it well. Plus 1 layer of Barbs and Adios Lantors. Honestly, I think I just lead Ragoon and see if I can steal its ability. I can steal Heat Summon away. Steal it, Heat Summon away can pretty much just win me the game on the flippin' spot. Infernix, I'll bring for the Lachette. I'll bring you for the Terra Claw plus Driving's Force. Plus, you're just good in the defensive team, so I can provoke the Crackalola and win it in the long run. And Garlash just looks good into the team too, so yeah, we'll just bring Garlash. Yep, let's lead with the Kleptyke. So, leads with Lachette. I actually do not hate this lead, actually. I actually don't hate Lachette lead here. The thing that's good is I can actually... Do I want to take... The biggest question is, do I want to take Lachette's ability, or do I want to... Do I want to take Lachette's ability? I kind of don't want to take Lachette's ability, but I also don't want to get by a Sap Plant or other stuff. And do I just go for Layer of Barbs early? Yeah, let's go for Layer of Barbs early. See what you do. Oh my god, he actually switched out of a Kleptyke. Not every day that you see this thing getting switched out of a Kleptyke, and there is Lantorch. This is actually huge. Having Lantorch onto the field now could be huge. Because guess what? I may not have Protector Strike, but I can go for an early gash and try to get rid of your Wildfire early. And with the Clutch plushie, the Kleptyke stays alive. Meaning, no more... Okay, he loses Do or Die. So, that's actually really good. And, oh my god, I actually did a lot of damage. So, it sucks that I do lose Do or Die, but it's not the end of the world. I actually did a lot of damage, by the way. I just want to remind you, Kleptyke has 50 base melee attack, and that did that much damage to Lantorch. He has a specialty boots variant, so it's not ideal, but, you know, it could be worse. I'm going to switch out a Kleptyke and save it for later. I could place up a layer of Barbs later. Problem is that stealing Do or Die is not ideal, because one Protector Strike flinch, and Kleptyke knocks itself out, but it's not the end of the world. I'll go for Dissipate to pivot out of a bad matchup. I am predicting he's going to go into, like, Terra Claw or Crackalola. That's the reason why I'm making this play. Plus, if he goes Billow, I can go into Whipple Drift. Actually, I could do better, actually. I don't even have to go Whipple Drift. I could go into something even better. I could save my Globe for later, and I could just go into... Did I go for Garlash? No, I go for Gurgolem. Gurgolem's a better play, because I have Earthquake. I think that's good, as I have Earthquake on Gurgolem to hit the Billaforge. So, Earthquake. It's like, that layer of Barbs is proving to be huge right now. That's going to do a lot of damage to the Billaforge. Yep, lots of damage. Goes for a tear down and remove hazards. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Good thing is that the Billaforge is low, so I'll go for another layer of Barbs, because I don't think he wants to stay in. He wants to save his Billow to reset up the weather later. Yep, he wants to reset up weather. There's Terra Claw is actually going to do anything in this situation. The thing is, Terra Claw does nothing in this situation. What does it do? Parasitize? The problem is, out of all the mons to use under Heat Wave, Terra Claw is like the worst one. It's so slow, it doesn't really do anything, plus you're not using Slick Shell. Also, I have my Discord on. That is not ideal. But there's Lantorch coming back in on the switch. Problem is I need another driving source to get it going, and I kind of still gotta save Gargolem. I gotta save Gargolem for a couple of the other mons, so... What do I click? I could go for Whipple Drip, but again, I don't want to... I could sack Kleptyke. I don't want to sack Kleptyke yet, though. I think Kleptyke could be good to keep. I'll just go Garlash. I hope I don't get predicted by a Flare. A predicted Flare could be bad. He could go for it, too. Oh, he tried Final Ruse. Okay, so he tried to go for the Final Ruse play. Didn't get it. I assume he's Specialty Boots, judging by what his set is. I'll go for a Vicious Snap because that's a free play. You can't spam Final Ruse. So, yeah. That was an absolutely horrible use of Final Ruse, and that is a free knockout with a Garlash that's still alive. Garlash is really good against Metamance because it's actually able to hit all of the Metamance mods for super effective damage. Phage Knot, Chaotix, and Kleptyke. You can hit all three of them for a lot of damage. Plus, I'm using Brawny Nimble. Thing is, the problem with Brawny Nimble is I don't outspeed for Railsaur, and my team is kind of weak to it. So, going into the next battle, I think I'm going to switch this up. I think I'm going to drop Mega Chomp, use Aqua Jaws, and then run Bulk Up as my last move. I think that's the best Garlash set right now. But, anyways, instead of talking about my Garlash, this could actually be a good time to sack Kleptyke. Let Kleptyke go down and get a free switch into Whippledrift, and then start letting stuff get going. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. We'll just go Gargolem. Thing is, I could save Kleptyke for a sack later, or for like our Barbs later. So, this is the right play to go for. Let's be honest. What's Terraclaw doing to me? What is Terraclaw going to do to Gargolem defense? What does it do to Gargolem defense? It does literally 0. And that's not to mention that Driving Force is basically free. He's literally forced to Parasitize. He is that desperate to get a knockout on me. I can even, like, I can do some really good stuff. Like, I can just place Barbs. There's no reason for me not to Barb up. And once I get rid of Lachette, the game's over for him. Once Lachette goes down, the game's over for him. Speaking of Lachette, there it is. There's everyone's funny tree. I'll kind of just... Honestly, I just kind of... I'll just go Lachette. Not Lachette, I'll go Infernix. If it's Earthquake, I think I could still live one if it's Earthquake. It is Ice Hammer. Good to know. We know that you have Ice Hammer on Lachette. Might have a little bit more offenses than the typical Lachettes I've usually seen. Go for the Fire Breath, and he stayed in. Meaning that now I have an easy endgame with Whippledrift. So basically, Whippledrift just wins on the spot now. So, that's great. I love Whippledrift winning on the spot. Games are very easy when Whippledrift wins on the spot. Speaking of Whippledrift, I mean, I can just get rid of the Billiforge. I can just let Infernix do all the work. I don't even need Heat Summon for Infernix to do the work. Bam, get out of here, Billow. Billow's dead. If he goes Terraclaw, I'm just going to go into Ragoon, or I'm going to go into Kleptyke and just do a little bit of Tricky Tactics damage. I'll either do a little Tricky Tactics damage, or... I'm kind of not sure what to do with Kleptyke at the end. This last one is Infernix, but guess what? I don't care about Infernix. I could legit care less about Infernix. I can just dissipate. I can just dissipate. Look what I can do here. He's gonna. Oh, you just clicked your. That did 0. That actually did 0 damage. I can just go into Whippledrift and take over the weather and win. Because I'm Rain Globe, so no more weather for you, man. No more weather for you. And I can go for free hasted and win. Ah! And your Fire Breath is nerfed, so your Fire Breath doesn't even knock me out in one hit anymore. So I get a free hasted. Oh, has Flare Block. Oh. GG's. Game over. Yep. I think I would. I don't. Actually, would I have lived a Flare Blast? I don't know. It depends on what his set was. But yeah, he definitely doesn't win now. Like I said, like even if I lost Whippledrift there, he did not have the Heat Wave, and I had Garlash still in the bat. I was not losing this game. So, yeah. This is basically ball game. Kleptyke didn't really do anything in this battle, but it's fine. It didn't really need to do anything. He just got the hazards up, and then it kind of set everything up for there. Alright, battle number 2, and of course, I'm facing Trash Bliss with a Kleptyke. This is going to go very, very well. This is going to go very, very, very well. My battles have not been going well. I faced 3 other people today, and Kleptyke did literally 0. I've either had the worst matchup or got RNG'd, so the showcase have not gone well, and it's not going to go better against a good player, and a player that trash talks as well. If I do somehow beat this team, it'd be a miracle, but it ain't happening. I know it ain't happening. Who's he going to lead with? Is it going to be Elephage, or is it going to be Tron? I don't even know. I honestly don't even know who's going to lead. He could lead with flipping anything, all I know. He has a Stratus. He has a flipping... Not Stratosaur, he has a Cramboss. No, I have the Cram Boss. I mean, Dragodine, Gargolem. That's just how... The battles have been painful. That's all I will say. The battles have been very painful. I mean, there is a little bit of potential in this one. It just... I don't know how to play this. He has Venusaur on his team. I literally just lose the Venusaur. Well, it's gonna be another L. Unless I somehow... Unless Trash Bliss somehow sells. Like, I just want Kleptyke to do something. I don't care if I even win or lose anymore. I just want Kleptyke to just show something. I know the set can work. I know Kleptyke can work. I just haven't had it work yet. And of course, he predicted Garlash later, not the other one. But you know what? I don't care anymore. I'll just Vicious Snap. Maybe you're not nimble. If you're not nimble, I outspeed. Like, that's the thing, is that he has to... I know he's Replicate. Usually these Eliphages tend to run a lot more range defense, so they can actually be stayed in knowing that he was it. Wow! That is a dead Eliphage turn 1. I will happily take that. Yeah. I will happily take that turn 1. I guess he predicted me to stay in. He also did not predict Garlash to knock it out of a single hit either. He thinks I'm Gloves. Well, unfortunately for you, Trash Bliss, I'm not Gloves. So... I'm not Gloves. I'm Cuffs. Let's see, though. I'm not someone that uses Gloves. It lived. Barely. Gets a layer of Barbs up, which base... Do I have Hazard Removal? I don't even have Hazard Removal. This is actually horrible, agonizing pain. I don't even have Hazard Removal. So my Clutch Plushie's basically gone on Kleptyke. Well, thanks for completely killing my Kleptyke set. I did not bring Hazard Removal. This sucks. I'm gonna go for Vice Shells to see if I can catch Tyranics coming in. Yeah, Garlash against Metamance. It does wonders. It does wonders. I wish that knocked out the guy in one hit, but, you know... I mean, Garlash took out 2 Mons. I could still do some other stuff, like Redemptive Strike the Gargolem to get rid of its Clutch Plushie. Goes into Crackalola. He goes into Crack. I can go for a... I can go into Gargolem here. I'm just a little bit nervous about... Oh, he tried to Rejuvenate. He was really going for a Scorching Skin proc? He was going for a Scorching Skin proc. Didn't work, man. I'm not falling for a Scorching Skin proc. I mean, I could still make the... The thing is, I could still make the set work. What I need to do is I just need to stop. I need to find a way. Problem is, this is a Spirit type. He has 2 Spirit types, so... It will not be easy money. I do have Earthquake. If he has Teardown, though... He removes his own hazards if he has it. That's the thing. He removes its own hazards if he has that move. Flare Blast predicting. Ow! Why? Why do you have to crit me? Do I have a Whipple Drift? I don't have Whipple Drift. I have Cram Boss. The Cram Boss should be able to outspeed and knock it out. I'll just Earthquake. This really doesn't do much, though. I'll do a little bit, though. Little bit. I mean, like 15%. 15% damage. 15% damage. That really doesn't do much. I mean, Stratosaur, Garlash. We'll go Garlash again. It sucks because this thing could still be good for the flippin' whatchamacallit. This thing could still be good. I don't really have a play. He went for the tricky tactics, but I mean, that's fine. Vicious Snap. I don't care that Heat Wave is up. Heat Wave is up. I'm just gonna just try to... The good thing is that since he's Soul Burst, I can now stay in knowing that he's Soul Burst. Oh my god, I get the crit in return. Problem is, now my Garlash is kind of out of energy. I'm gonna make a call and try to catch Tyranics. Nope, he did not make it. Well, it's fine, because guess what? Guess what? I don't care. Guess what? Kleptyke. You're coming in. I don't care. Coming in, man. Wait, I can take Heat Summon. That could be clutch, actually, taking Heat Summon. I don't care. I actually should have just Tricky Tactics. This was dumb, because I took his Heat Summon ability. Actually, no, Heat Summon's gone. So wait, I didn't take an ability. Well, Kleptyke got a knockout. What is his last two? Drago. Of course he has Dragodyne in the back. I just lost a Dragodyne now, didn't I? Oh, Gnarly Gash. I have a Boots Cram Boss, so... If his last two is Drago into... He actually very nimble Drago is a Speed Tie. And I get to steal his Staunch ability. So now his Draco Beam is... He missed. Oh my god, you're getting bodied by a Kleptyke! Imagine getting bodied. I'll go for another layer of Barbs in case he... In case his last one is for Venusaur. So he's down to -2 now. So he's down to -2, which gives me a setup of Venusaur. Gives me a setup with Stratosaur. Yeah, why not? Set up with Stratosaur. Try to win with this thing. Let's try to win with Strat. Biggest question is his last one Gargolem attack? If his last one's Gargolem attack, I hit it and I win, basically. Yeah, Kleptyke actually took out the Crackalola. It sucks because it's not what I wanted it to do. I kind of wanted it to take a more useful ability, but hey, it's kind of how it is. His last one is Gargolem attack. Good to know. So I get a Magnify. I think I just win with Stratosaur because I don't think Gargolem knocks me out in one hit. I don't think it does. I don't think it knocks me out in one hit. There's one out he had. Oh, there's his out. Dark Surge Full Edge is his out. And a crit is his out. He did not get it, though. We beat Trash Bliss with a Kleptyke. We beat Trash Bliss with a Kleptyke. A Kleptyke! I just want people to realize, the reason why I'm using Kleptyke is because I saw No File using Kleptyke, and she was using Tricky Tactics to take out Berkata and Joltu. So Tricky Tactics it's a move that uses the base melee attack of the opposing Mon. And even though Ragoon has bad stats, since it uses Tricky Tactics, it uses the melee attack stat from the opposing Loomian. Meaning against hard-hitting melee attackers, with the Clutch Plushie, Kleptyke can actually do a lot of damage. But yep, this is a win. This is pretty much an easy win. We'll just go for Nurse Strike, no reason why not to. So yeah! Second battle for the video. We beat Trash Bliss! One of the most trash-talking players of all time. One of the biggest trash talkers in all of Loomian Legacy. Loses to a Kleptyke. Loses to a Kleptyke. Alright, battle number 3 with Kleptyke, and... Okay. Oh, God. What is this stupid team? What is this stupid team I gotta face? I mean, the only good thing? No Spirit types. So I get to steal a free ability. But that's it. I think I'm gonna leave Garlic. Oh, I gotta worry about Barbs. I'm bringing Infernix. I'm not falling for the Infernix. I have to at least bring that. I gotta bring this for at least for Reno, or else I lose to Reno. First Mutagon I've seen in a while. Mutagon is good because Tricky Tactics can hit it for at least a decent amount of damage. Gotta bring Garlash because Garlash just cooks. Garlash cooks in every battle, it feels like. And I gotta bring this thing. I can't even bring this. Yeah, I don't even have a single Flash and Play immunity for Lumi, which is going to suck. But you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. This is one of those battles where not having a Flash and Play immunity I think is gonna come into play. Because I need to use Kleptyke. Kleptyke might be able to work if I play right. It just... I'm predicting the Gargolem lead, because Gargolem lead is a pretty obvious lead. You could go Phage Nut lead. Phage Nut lead would suck. If he did go for Phage Nut lead, then Kleptyke lead would have been way better. He goes Cramboss lead. He goes Cramboss lead into Vicious Snap. You know what? Vicious Snap looks kind of free here. What's Cramboss doing to me? Baffle? I mean, he could just switch into Lumi, but even if he does, I don't care about that. I don't care about the Lumi switching right now. Okay, he Soul Burst it, so he's probably going to Soul Burst Baffle. He's probably going to Soul Burst Baffle, I assume. The thing is, Metallic would actually be a great ability to steal, because it would actually give my Kleptyke some more resistances, which could maybe save me. Problem is I'm Clutch Plushie, so not really. Although, it would make it lose his own Metallic. That's a lot of damage, by the way. Fortunately, my cuffs are gone, meaning I am losing a lot of damage now. That was an awful turn 1, and I don't really have an easy switch into this either. So, we snap again. He now knows that I'm Cuffs, so he's gonna go Luminami, basically. And I don't have a Flash and Flea immunity, so this thing just kind of cooks me now. This thing kind of cooks me, no Flash and Flea immunity. So we Mega Chomp. We don't care. At least get this thing low, at least get this thing kind of chipped, even though it does nothing. We tried predicting Whipple. We didn't get it. No Frostbite, thank God. Venom Chomp, maybe I get a Poison. Just try to do anything to see if I can catch Lumi with like a Poison or a Bird. No Flinch. He doesn't live another one. The thing is, he doesn't live another one, so Vicious Snap predicting a switch. He wants to save Luminami. He wants to save Luminami. He really tried predicting Whipple Drift. Oh, please let me catch Cramboss. I catch Cramboss. Awesome, I catch Cramboss. So I get to catch Cramboss. Go for a wait. Garlash putting in some work. I like this. Problem is, his Vicious Snap is only 75 base power. It needs to be like 85. I wish I had Aqua Jaws. Aqua Jaws would have actually done a lot. There's the Baffle. So Cramboss is now super duper duper low now. If I can get a layer of Barbs up, that thing is dead. And a layer of Barbs also stops the Lumi. Phage Knot is still not ideal though. And Lumi just comes back in. How about no? How about no Venusaur? How about we not lose on the spot? I personally do not want predicted this. And it's Gloves. This sucks. This actually sucks. I mean, that was the best play. I'm gonna perch. I'm perching just so I don't immediately lose to Venusaur. I mean, Kleptyke does have a chance. It's just, it's gonna be very hard to get it into position. It's gonna be so tricky getting it into position. Palm is not ideal either, actually. A Palm would be bad too. I think I go Gargolem into... Gargolem's actually my only way to beat Pyrolin, unless I make my Garlash get its energy back, which I could still do that, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, it does nothing. He definitely doesn't have that much offense on this Pyrolin, so I'm going to use this as an opportunity. Set up a layer of Barbs. I'm going to see if you have any hazard removal on your team. He predicted that, and he's back into this guy again. I just been red all game. All flippin' game has just been read Sahara. I mean, Stratosaur's right there, so I might as well go into it. Problem is I can't Soul Burst. Soul Burst would just be an auto loss. Slap down. Okay. Lots of damage. I'll perch. I just want to perch to just see what you do. Like, if you go Pyrolin, are you Teardown, or are you... Are you going to be Teardown, or are you going to be Mudslide? Judging by that play, I feel like you are Mudslide. Problem is, I'm just trying to survive right now. We'll go back into Gargolem. You'll probably Teardown on your Pyrolin. I assume. Nope, you're Mudslide, so you're trapped in jail, basically. So basically, the Pyrolin's trapped in jail. You'll love to see it. That's the best case scenario for me. Now the Pyroland really can't do anything when Gargoleme's on the field. All it could do is Fire Breath, which I have Earthquake to hit it eventually. And if Luminami switches in, the Barbs will limit it from healing that much from Power Napper. And if my Kleptyke could steal Power Napper, that could actually be insanely clutch. There's Luminami switching in on the Barbs. As you can see, the Barbs are dealing a lot of damage. Gotta keep Gargolem alive. Can't really lose this thing immediately. Honestly, I feel like going back in Phoenix is the play here. Go back in Phoenix onto Flash and Flea. I don't care as much if it clicks it. Probably just go to Wave Wrecker. He does go for Flash and Flea. I think he realizes now that I don't have Whipple Drift. I've left it behind. We'll see, though. Does he have any other form of hazard removal? And if he does have some, what is it? Now that I have Infernix in the game, I can dissipate into something else. Never mind, I can't dissipate with Mutagon. Oh, it's a tank Mutagon. Never mind, it's tank, baby. So its tank is gone. I will dissipate out of this. Peace of mind. Your peace of mind Mutagon, ladies and gentlemen. This is a ranged Mutagon. The one ranged Mutagon will ever flip and face. The one ranged Mutagon will ever flip and face. Legit! This is the only ranged Mutagon will ever face. Are you also Frost Punch? You're Psycho Blast, so you don't... You can't be the one flippin' melee one for tricky tactics to deal damage. Fine, get out of here. Screw you anyway. I don't want you anyway. There's Pyroland. I'll go for an Earthquake to hit it. At least get the Barbs up. So the Barbs is keeping everything low. And if you go for Rejuve, yeah, that's dealing some nice chip to it. Yeah, now Pyroland's in range. Pyroland's now in range for a lot of stuff, so that's good. Flippin' peace of mind critical hit. There's Lumi. Lumi comes back in. But as you can see, Luminami is limited now. If I could steal like an ability, if I could steal that Power Napper ability, we'll be cooking. I gotta keep this alive though for potential Phase Knot. I don't care if he goes for Flash and Flea. It's the best play to go for. Phoenix is always the best play to go for here. I don't know how. I don't care how predictable it is. It's obviously always the best play. The biggest thing. Can I knock out Pyroland if he goes into it? It's close. It will be close. I'm gonna at least make an attempt at it. And it's not enough, meaning he can get rid of the Barbs. If he wants. Nope, he'll just heal. Okay, so he just heals up. He just heals up. I tried to catch the knockout there, but it didn't quite work. He might just rejuve again, probably. He rejuves again. But that means I can just get a free Driving's Force. So I get a free turn. The good thing about this turn is I get a free turn to just force them out. Trying to get Kleptyke into position. The hardest part of this game. The Clutch Plushie is still alive, though. And I'm going to get some health, Amulet HP. So yeah, he doesn't really have a good play here. Pyroland's out of energy. He's at full HP, but out of energy. Luminami comes back in, gets forced out. I want Pyroland again. Give me Pyroland again. Give me Pyroland. I don't want Mutagon. Mutagon's not what I wanted. That thing just clicks Palm and wins the flippin' game. Actually, no, it doesn't win the flippin' game. What am I saying? I'm Jetstream Infernix. Go into this. Go into Jetstream Infernix. Don't take bad damage. Literally, this Mutagon is going to be the bane of my existence. I can tell already. This Mutagon is going to be the bane of my existence. And you're Provoke. So, at least I know what your moves are. Take all that damage. Now, the biggest question is he going to save his Mutagon, or is he going to predict the switch? I don't know about you. I want to predict the switch in the Pyroland so flippin' bad. Oh, you want to go Pyroland so bad. You want to go Pyroland so bad. Don't overthink. See? That's why you don't overthink stuff. That's why you don't overthink stuff. Get rid of the Mutagon. So that's a nimble Mutagon. Either that. Oh no, got 119 speed and 121 speed. So I don't know. Alright, Venusaur's back in the game. My Stratosaur's at full HP. I just want to get Kleptyke. That's all I want. I've been doing this for so long. Venusaur would be the mon to get it in on, but it's so tricky. As you can see, it's just so tricky to get it in. So that's the thing. It's the melee attacker I want. I can steal its Power Claw. The Kleptyke is still in the back, and I've kept the barbs up all game. The Gargolem and Stratosaur are putting in the work. Without them, I would not be alive in this game. Look at all that damage. It's crazy how hard flippin' Gloves Venusaur hits. Gloves Venusaur hits so flippin' hard, it's ridiculous. He switched. So I get a hit on Pyrolin. And Pyrolin, I think, does not have enough. He has enough for a Mudslide, and that's kind of it. And I don't really care if he does it or not. We just go back Gargolem. Why not? I Provoke on my Gargolem. The thing is I don't even have Provoke for Pyrolin in particular. I just have it for, like, other mons. I want to get that Cramboss out of there if I can. I want to get that Cramboss dead if I can. He just Fire Breath to get some damage, so he's just trying to wear me down over time. I want to catch the Cramboss. Okay, Cramboss is dead. Perfect. Cramboss is dead. Now, if he goes Loomy, flash into Pyro. If I could sack something into a Vereno if I can. Like, that's actually not a bad idea. I could sack something on Vereno. Problem is that Luminami Flash and Play is basically flipping free. I mean, I could just sack Infernix. There's no reason why not to sack it. Venusaur's... I mean, Infernix is kind of a dead weight anyway. It did what it needed to do. There's the Wave Wrecker. Does a lot to me, unfortunately. I'll go for a Jetstream just so I can maybe get it close to a knockout. Oh, that's the best case scenario. I got the Luminami down to no HP. And now, the Kleptyke is in the game. This is perfect because I can now... Oh my god. I have 3 great abilities to take here. I'm just going to go for Gnarly Gash and not think about this. He stays in. Gnarly Gash does not take out Lumi. But guess what? I steal Power Napper, meaning next time he comes in, the Luminami is dead. So perfect. All I got to do is keep barbs up, and the Luminami is dead. Good job, Kleptyke. You have limited to Lumi. He's going to go into Vereno, because that's his only play he can make. Venusaur is taking 7 zillion pounds of damage. It sucks because I did not get rid of the Pyrolin in time, but again, it's not the end of the world. It could be way worse. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Mega Punch. Ow. Tons of damage. And... gotta be careful here, actually. Airstrike. Making a read. Oh, he predicted me the bag! Thank God. Woo! Oh my goodness. Thank flippin' goodness. Thank flippin' goodness. He predicted me to Magnify. That was his only way back in the game. That's why I went for the safe play there. That was his way back in the game. And I called him. Got rid of Venusaur. And with Luminami's Power Napper gone... his Luminami cannot get back in the game if I can actually just keep the hazards up. Even if I don't keep the hazards up, Luminami is just a dead weight. It's one hit. It's one shot. I can hit it with a flippin' Gargolem Earthquake if I want to, and I win. All I gotta do is just provoke the Pyrolin and I win. Magnify? I'm gonna go for the reason why I'm going for Magnify is so if he goes for Rejuve, I have a play call I can make. I mean, Garlash wins. Garlash wins. No matter what happens, Garlash wins. That's why I'm playing in this specific way, because Garlash wins. Get that up so I can at least get Chip on Pyro. How fat will this Pyro be is the real question. The Pyro is indeed fat. And I gave it a fanning flame, unfortunately. Kept awake by the harsh sound. He goes for palm, trying to set up and win on the spot. Not ideal. I'm gonna have a Garlash in the back. If he clicks Rejuvenate, we're fine. We're fine. We have a winning endgame here. It's fine. Fanning flame, +2. Yeah, he doesn't have enough for a move. He might have enough for... We just do this, go into Gargolem no matter what happens here. He could go for Mudslide, predicting Garlash. He did not make that play, thank God. He did not make that play. The Earthquake getting it low. We get the thing low. That's it. Garlash wins. I could provoke it to stop Rejuvenate, but I don't have to. He was always going to Fire Breath me on that turn anyway. What you always do in that situation is just get the Pyrolin low, get into Garlash, and win. So, Kleptyke did what it needed to do. It stopped the Luminavi from getting back in the game. The Garlash is now in the game again. Garlash, the MVP of the video, by the way. That thing just kind of cooked. And yeah, Kleptyke. I didn't really get... The problem is, like, even though Kleptyke beat Trash Bliss and stopped the Luminavi there, I didn't really get it what I wanted to do. Like, I didn't do what I wanted to do with it. I wanted to use it on Bernkata, and I actually had a couple battles earlier with Bernkata, but they were power legs, and Flaming Kick burned me twice. So, yeah. We don't talk about that. But yeah, what it was supposed to do is you lead it on Rush Hour Bernkata, and then it uses Blazing Glory and recoils itself as you steal its Rush Hour, and then two Tricky Tactics takes it out after the Blazing Glory recoil. It also works against Soulburst Joltu, clicks Brawn Boost, and then you just knock it out in a hit. And I think it's 2 hits, but if you do for Predictive Strike and a layer of Barbs, it will go down in 1 hit after a Brawn Boost. So that's what the Kleptyke set was supposed to do, but I couldn't make it work, unfortunately. I bet you when I don't make Kleptyke as a main Loomian for a video, it will pop off, but, you know, just kind of how it goes. I mean, we did win all our battles, and, I mean, we beat Trash Bliss. We could just name the title of the video. I beat Trash Bliss with a Kleptyke, so that's cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of me trying to use Kleptyke, and I'll see y'all all later. Bye-bye!